The account number that you were giving was 437-4322. That was a mistake. It was actually supposed to be 437-4332.
Convenient mistake.
No, says Andrew, very inconvenient one for my weekend, you may be assured. So how did you, the rest of Light's Day, anything?
No.
Nope.
No. I have a book, and I have chatting with Tamaeus, and I don't need anything else.
Can I script together any news articles about the bank and just sort of get my bearings together?
You can do research, at least you can pull up stuff. Also, it's easy to lay hands on some of the latest rags, latest newspapers, and read through those and gather information.
We're in a nice hotel, so I ask around in the lobby as well.
Oh, they'll get you whatever. What do you want? They provide you plenty of material to keep you occupied. The next day is Sky Day. It's however you want to pass the day, however you want to spend money.
I don't have any money this time.
Me neither.
So,
It's not Tamaeus' money.
yeah.
You don't happen to want to share what you're planning to do you?
Well, I think at this point it's pretty straightforward.
Pretend it's not.
We'll get some very strong and scary-looking guards to come with us.
We have those.
We got those. And we walk in, and they either do what they said they would do and show us the records, or stuff gets very bloody, probably, and then we go tell his wife.
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Happy I could be helpful. I'm not sure what we're going to do once we find out who paid these bills.
Let's find out first. Let's find out first.
How did you get in touch with me?
Lang and Arliss put me in contact with him.
Why would they have? I guess Arliss, didn't it?
Arliss did a thing. I don't.
Yeah. He's connected anyway. How are you and Lang doing?
Sorry?
You and Lang? You look down the way your voice is. He gives you this favor. How are you and Lang doing?
Remember, he's Sherlock.
I know. She doesn't. We're fine.
You and this kid.
Yeah,
He's a
he's.
good pick. So what do you plan to do once we find this information?
Let's find the information first. Just one thing at a time, you know?
Alright.
Sky Day is, you've never had such a long day.
Oh my gosh. She chats just a little bit about like what the plan is, and then I said, I brought a book. Hey.
That gallery's on fire.
Before I forget, if we ever lose the guards and we're going through East Side, stick with me, okay? Don't go anywhere. If I grab your hand, it's not just don't go anywhere, okay?
Okay.
You brought a book.
I did bring a book.
Okay.
Are you rolling to see if you can tell what my book is? My book is wrapped in Oh, I asked about dust jackets. Do dust jackets exist?
Of course they exist.
Okay.
Arliss was a genius in dust jackets.
Okay, so I am reading a book that has the dust jacket of some general fantasy fiction.
Oh, is it a bodice ripper?
And so it's up to you if you pay more attention to see
What
if
it is.
or what the content of the book does not match the dust jacket. It may or may not.
I mean, you just said you had book. So
I
as
do
far
have
as
a book.
Andrew's concerned, the conversation is now on. And
Did I tell you I had a book? Or whatever.
yeah, you just said.
Yeah,
It is book.
I have a book, so I'm gonna go read it. Unless there's something else you want to talk about. But
Which is not the
I've realized that I was not very much help there on Saturday, which is why I said thanks. You're doing good work. And if I think about it more, I'm gonna stress out. So I'm gonna go read my book.
Alright, if I can help.
Yeah, let me know if you need anything. I don't think you will, but if you do. Okay, as much as she's like, this is weird, there's a little part in her heart for like freaking everyone who told me Andrew was a useless piece of nothing.
Right?
Who was right? I didn't know I was right, but I was righter than you.
I'm not oblivious about the book, but is it radically wrong for the cover? Is there something
Yes.
that would draw my attention to it?
Right.
I am in the dark as much as
I
you
told
are.
you, but
I'm
it's not your
sorry.
fault you weren't paying attention.
The dice are assistant.
I guess it is your fault you weren't paying attention, but that's okay.
I am oblivious to the book. I'm
Good.
sorry.
Yeah.
Lansday. It is still daylight where you're at because she's about 2 hours east. The
Evening.
time comes when Damien.
Damien.
It is 2 p.m. It is time
On Tuesday? Okay, here.
on Lansday. Yes.
That's
Entering the bank.
I have an
They
appointment.
read on time. They better have their stuff this time.
Stuff is one word for it.
Once again, as soon as we walk into the bank, Halo.
Of note,
Yeah.
there are street vendors about when you return.
To the bank.
Yeah, this is coming back to the bank. You see street vendors, a girl peddling a physic for headaches, a beggar on a crutch, a match girl peddling matches. Yeah, her clothing looks really thin and cold, but she's got matches to sell. You can give me a percentile roll then, there,
Just
young
this-
lady.
Just percentile?
Or, no, D20. Do a roll.
Is this related to the I feel like I'm being watched thing?
Yeah.
Good, I was just gonna ask. Please, for the love of everything. 15, 20. No, 15, 2. That doesn't matter.
Oh, there is a veritable sea of pickpockets, cut purses, teamsters driving wagons heavy with goods, street urchins and such like that. And that's the information a 15 gets you. And into the bank, and boom, the bank doors close. You are escorted once more into the pristine and very well organized and very, nothing bad goes on here office of Sebastianus.
I'm counting all the guards on our way in.
And everything is as it was.
Just that one last.
And Andrew
New secretary.
Oh.
Reichenbrook is there to receive you. He's got ledgers under his arm, and you go in. There's a table there. The ledgers get laid out, and
I watch.
you watch. He explains what he has found. He looks a little tired, but nevertheless, he explains that there were those transactions that you were looking for did indeed exist. However, the accountant who did entered those transactions into the ledger made an error. And that's an accountant that is no longer with the bank. He was removed this was not his only mistake, but they thought they had found everything.
Are these the same physical books that we saw last time?
They are.
Is there a name?
A name?
A name of the accountant who doesn't work there anymore?
If you want, they can give you the name. Yes, his name is Magelight Tamron Ursa. But The error that was made was subtle. The account number that you were giving was 4374322. That was a mistake. It was actually supposed to be 4374332.
Convenient mistake.
No, says Andrew, very inconvenient one for my weekend, you may be assured. But as it happens, 4374332 is the Philanthropic Association East of East. Among other things, this association provides scholarships, which yours was one.
Why did they stop paying hers?
You would have to speak with the overseer of the association,
Philanthropic.
a philanthropic association, yes.
Who signed off on it? Who's
His
the
name is Homeric Maris Miles. And they can give you then they give you the address
Yes.
of the man in question.
Do they?
And you can actually go through, and at that point, they walk you through all of the transactions, and you find your.
Oh, do they? Wonderful.
Nice.
Yes, they
So this is a question for you, since we're seeing all the things.
By the way, as he does so, he specifically points out these transactions. He guides your eyes to these transactions.
Yep.
I apply the. I'm not saying anything. I'm applying the pressure of having a high authority.
Yeah, standing there.
Yeah.
Sitting right there.
Honestly, Andrew probably can't even hear what he's saying. He's focused.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm doing, so I'm not so worried about that. Any other, you said scholarships, any other scholarships for WAN students,
No.
but other schools?
Strangely, for a philanthropic association
That give scholarships?
they give scholarship, there's only one scholarship that it has given in the last 2 years,
And only in the last 2 years?
and that was to you. Yes.
Where does the money coming into the account come from?
Uh,
Asks Andrew to the memory of the transactions.
Yeah, you can see.
Not
Well,
straight
yeah, you don't even have to ask that question. As he's turning pages, and you see the transactions in question. They are. They're all monetary, as in silver coinage deposits. The deposits happen quarterly. And comprise, I think it's 200 Gilberts per quarter. And then, as it happens, your annual expenditures, I think, were in the vicinity of like there was 108 Gilberts
Okay.
and so much pence.
So,
So it's about 8 times as much as it's there.
Yes, and there's a lot of the rest of the transactions are withdrawals by Omeric.
and that's it? Those are, you said most of the other transactions?
So he puts
Or-
money in, he takes money
Yeah,
out.
he takes money. He brings money in quarterly, and then generally bi-weekly or weekly there's expenses that he handles by coming in, doing the direct withdrawal and dispensing. So it may be that they're also providing for the poor
But it's
people that don't have 2 pennies to rub together because they're poor.
But it's him taking the money out. This was basically the only
The only
direct
long
transfer.
distance
Account.
check
Cool.
that was
There's no other local
Disperse.
account-to-account activity. It's all cash.
all cash in and out.
You said 200 Gilberts. What is that approximately in like real life money?
200 Gilberts per quarter. You'd think, roughly speaking, a day laborer would earn a Gilbert either every other day or every day. So, in modern day, think of it, the total expenditure over the 4 quarters that this has been going in is probably, over like, in the vicinity of $200,000.
Okay. So quarterly.
Yeah, the
about,
total-
about, 50,
all of
about
that.
but yeah, so quarterly would be about $50,000, which isn't
Yeah.
insignificant. Okay. Goodness. Wait, so tuition is like goodness. That's private magic school for you.
The university.
Yeah.
Hogwarts ain't cheap.
I don't know. This is news to her. That's all. Okay. She turns to you, and it's sort of this like, I'm ready to go as soon as you are. She doesn't say that. She just.
Yeah. Andrew pretty much spins on his heel and begins to walk out.
Okay.
Thank you very much for all of your help.
Glad you've been of service. And you go.
The I give the I've remembered I'll remember this.
Yes.
Sort of.
Thanks for doing me this favor, sort of thing.
No, more as the let's see how dire of a situation this is.
Would how you said you were doing like basically any sort of research into like the culture of East Side and the bank and all that. Would you have shared that you were doing that research?
I don't think it would be terribly subtle.
Okay.
You're like flipping through magazines and you'd see him looking at
So like
maps and names and.
basically at the
cities.
door, east of East.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know it. It's on the east side of East Side.
The two of you, or you are walking out of the bank. Could you give me,
Oh,
A
already?
notice be 14.
okay.
Really low in here.
Yes, you're supposed to be rolling low.
Yeah.
13.
Hmm.
39.
Damien is going to start asking like a small fill me in. Why are you guys after a group that has given you a scholarship? Or fill me in. This is weird details are coming across, and it's
Timaeus is talking. Timaeus actually asked the same. It's like you might as well explain it to him at this point. As you are walking out of the bank, you're putting your halo away. So